song that only our hearts know. And when we sing our song, then harmony will grow. We all have a song that only our hearts know. And when we sing our song, then harmony will grow.
Rabbi Yossi, I've been listening to this song all day. I'm so totally serious with you. Shalom Uvracha, Rabbi Yossi. I'm so amazed. I'm so excited to have this. It's a big schus to have this conversation, to be able to bring with you this evening. Thank you so much for making the time, for coming out here. You have to know that, you performed one of your songs with Izzy DJ. One of your hit songs that you made that were with Izzy DJ for C-Teen, Proud Jew. You performed it here in LA less than a year ago. I was so inspired by your energy, your enthusiasm, your genuinity, your strong belief in, for each person spreading their own special individuality, their own light. And about a month ago, I heard your song, We All Have a Song. And I was so moved, even though half of the song was in Italian. I was so moved because it sounds like you totally invested yourself. You put your heart and soul in it. Quotes like I wrote down over here: we all have a song that only our hearts know. When we sing our song, then harmony will grow. The song is waiting for you. The whole world is waiting for you. It's just so inspiring and so beautiful. And now that we're in Parshas Ha'azinu, right, and we're hearing the song of the Torah. I so much wanted to speak to you. I wanted to hear your own words. I wanted to, ask you a few questions and interview you for the Shabbos Chizzuk Newsletter, to spread that chizuk, to spread that the music, the sound of the genuine, beautiful sound that every Yiddish neshama has within them, that they have to share with the world. And how are you doing, Rabbi Yossi? How are you doing?
Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. Thank you so much for having me, and that's definitely a great way to start an interview. That's the most emotional part of the song. Baruch Hashem, amazing, getting ready for Yom Kippur, and my soul, it's like a spa day, so I'm all ready. My neshama can't wait.
Yeah, this is the time of the year where everyone's trying to figure out what their song is. How are they going to spread it this year? Yeah, if you don't mind, we'd love to start off asking you a few questions. And I know it's late. I know it's definitely a hectic time of the year. I really appreciate you making the time. First question, I wanted to ask you is, what does music mean to you? You have Baruch Hashem, a beautiful collection of songs that you've shared with the world. I'd love to know what music means to you, and how do you personally use music for Avodat Hashem?
So, music is my mission. It's okay. I guess there's like a few different compartments where music fits. On a very basic level, music is a gift from Hashem, that we're able to hear messages, give messages that normally you wouldn't hear, or you wouldn't be able to accept in a regular setting. But when it comes in a song with music, with the right words and this emotion, then you're much more able to receive. So, I mean, music is my avodat Hashem, in the sense it's a gift that Hashem gave me, and Hashem gave it to me so I can express my soul and my my message about my struggles. It's a way to express my challenges, and so a lot of this song in particular, it's the whole beginning, I'm asking a question, and then the whole song was, okay, I had the question, And I kind of had like, the idea that I knew that the world is waiting for me, but I didn't feel I knew that was the truth, but I didn't feel it at all. So the whole song, writing the song was basically, bringing down the answer in a way that makes sense to me. And so music is, for me, is my avodat Hashem. Like my shlichus, I'm a shliach. I'm a rabbi here in San Diego, and I when I go perform, I it's not at all different than going to someone that doesn't usually put on tefillin and putting tefillin with him, or saying a Divrei Torah to someone else. Me going to perform and just get everybody excited and saying, things like, no matter what, I matter, or, it's so geschmack to be a yid, these type of things. That's 100% what Hashem wants for me. Like, it's so clear. So for me, music is my avodat Hashem, and I'm very thankful that Hashem gave me this passion that, it's nothing for me. There's nothing like it. Even, there's different passions, but like a beautiful mimer, a beautiful, word of Torah that really inspires me, that might turn into a song, but there's something about music that just, I can't explain it. It's just a passion that Hashem gave me, and Baruch Hashem, I'm very thankful for it.
Wow, it's amazing. It's what I found, and what I find truly amazing is that, with your music, I've heard, a beautiful quote from the Babachur Rebbe, and I can't exactly locate the quote itself, but what I've heard is that music has the koach, has the power to bring out, or to help a person to picture their true potential. And as you're saying, when you're doing kiruv and you're helping a person connect to Hashem in their own personal way, also, so too, you're making music to help a person and inspire them to be their utmost and best self, which is an Eved Hashem, which is doing mitzvot and serving Hashem in the greatest way, which is so beautiful. So you have that aspect as well. But what I found amazing is that, you're mentioning that, music is, of course, it's obvious. We could see with your creativity, with the beauty, with the depth of your music, and also it's so fresh. It's also, you have the ability to be so flexible with your style of music. You have the depth, you also have the fun. You've made music for C-Teen, for Chabad kids. In that way, you've been able to spread music in so many different ways, and that's your koach as well. But also you created this song where you're saying everyone has their own song. Everyone also has their own music. So that's just an amazing thing. And I'd love to hear from you. What exactly is that song that you're mentioning? What is that song that everyone has? And how does one come to find their own song?
Amazing question. So interestingly enough, I don't fully explain how do you find your song in this song. I have another song. It's called Find Yourself, that I give you a much more detailed, okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. How do I know what is my reason, especially if someone doesn't have a clear artistic passion. Like I have a friend, he's like, I don't know, I'm not good at music. I'm not good at like video creating. I'm not good at, anything in art. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm pretty good with money, but like, how do I know what's my talent? And therefore, what's my mission in the world? So I think the message from We All Have a Song, the initial thing is, first of all, you have to know that it's there. You have to search, the first thing you have to know is you need to search for it. And that's what I say. I like to be not controversial, but like just make it thought-provoking. I say like, don't tell me like, love is the answer. Like, no, that's a nice thing to say. It sounds good. Like, only love is the answer. But no, like, there's a lot of people that's what I say in the beginning of the English verse. A lot of people are searching, but not necessarily do they want to find. Like, a lot of people are stuck in searching, like, okay, whatever. So that's kind of one of the things I stress is you have to know where to dig. You need you need someone to help you dig because you can't find it yourself. You need a mentor. For me, it's like the Rebbe. You need. It's actually a Matisyahu has he mentions these words in one of his songs about what the Rebbe is. It's like a geologist of the soul that that he can tell you where to dig, but you have to dig yourself. So what does it mean to dig? Like, okay, so the basic answer is your song is inside of you already. You have everything you need to fulfill your mission. So I have a very simple, like, kind of step one, step two to know what your song is. So the number one thing is the general collective mission of everyone is to bring Hashem into your part of the world. Now, so in other words, it means you bring light into the world. Okay. Now, the question is, okay, so what am I bringing? Where am I bringing Hashem? How do I know what Hashem gave me? And that is, so in other words, there is first the general purpose of everyone. Hashem creates every single human being, and especially Jews, with the mission of bringing, Hashem into the physical world. That's like the purpose of every mitzvah. That's the purpose of Hashem giving us the Torah. That's the purpose of the Jewish people, and then the Goyim have the Shabbat mitzvah Noach. So that's the very general. But then, like, okay, what about my work? What about my talents? What about my challenges? So your specific individual mission is it's divided by your talents, what you're good at, and what's really hard for you. I know it sucks because, like, oh no, come on, Hashem, come on, like, let's make that my purpose is not the things that are hard for me, but Hashem gave you those things. Those are hard for you. I don't like to call it struggles because it's my journey. It's not just, oh, this is so hard for me. Oof. Like, no, it's hard for you because that is your goal. That is your mission. So the things that are hard for me, those are part of my journey. And the things that I'm good at, Hashem is showing me that's where you have to go.
Wow.
So again, now if I just ask myself, okay, what is my mission? So your mission is, I kind of once thought of an idea of like, show this. And I imagined like the Rebbe once said this about, bringing Hashem into the world. It's like bringing the Aleph. Bringing the Aleph. So Aleph refers to Alufo Shel Olam, God. And so you have to bring the Aleph in everything that you do, not just your work, your talents, your passion, your workout, your whatever you eat, your everything. You bring the Aleph with you, bring Hashem with you, whatever it is. And then, so where do you bring the Aleph specifically? So that's in the good things that you're good at and the things that you're not good, like that are hard for you. So that's a very like simple, it's very profound, obviously, but like it's a very simple, like, okay, I kind of know what I'm good at. I kind of know what are my talents, and I also know what are the things that are very hard for me. And things that are hard for you doesn't mean you have to always stay in the same way. You can always get better and learn how to, struggle less, or find a better technique to tackle a certain problem. Whether it's, let's say, again, an example, time management. So start learning books, get some life goal, whatever it is, so you can get better. But the fact that I really have a hard time with time management, that is part of my journey. So this is like there's the general purpose, and then there's my individual purpose. And the idea of everyone singing their song is that when I sing my song, when I'm living my purpose, and Hashem giving me my purpose. So Hashem made me. There's no like, oh, I'm messed up, or I work with Friendship Circle. I'm the director of Friendship Circle. So really, there's no disability. No, it's my journey. Like I'm structuring this workshop that I say, first of all, I'm a soul, and then there is my talents and my struggles, my challenges. So like I'm not autistic, I'm a soul and I have autism. So it's like a very different way of looking at our struggles, at our challenges. Like, oh, I'm all over the place. No, I'm a soul. What does it mean I'm a soul? I have a purpose. My soul is my purpose, right? My mission.
Wow.
So I have my mission. And then what is my mission? My struggles and my talents.
Wow. It's amazing. It's amazing to have that with such clarity. Like, as you said, there's just,
it took me a long time to get there. And I still have to remind myself many times a day, like, oh, hello. Like today I was doing, putting all my taxes, like preparing, because I pushed off my taxes, and I'm like writing down all these transactions. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Then no, this is this is my mission right now.
Yeah. Wow, it's amazing. Yeah, no, the aspect of of our, like you mentioned, we have our talents and we need to see the aleph in those. We need to see Hashem is the one who gives us those. And we need to see also that in our struggles also it's Hashem involved as well. Hashem is with us. We always say, like, with Hashem loves you, the main quote, the main motto is Hashem's with you, Hashem loves you, So you see, Hashem's with you in the struggle, Hashem loves you, and you can see that also, no matter what, we have those strengths, we have those kochos. So I love that. And I love the clarity you gave us, that being that, we are neshama, we need to identify as the neshama. And once, we truly can tap into that, that's when we can really express our song. So I love that. And yeah, shkoyach for teaching us that. And another, I noticed that, as far as in a more personal, I know we're speaking more in a general, but as a personal level, and you're I noticed that you partially wrote the song in Italian, and I was wondering where you personally get your inspiration, and what is it in your personal life journey that contributed to you writing of your own song, and pursuing this, of course, you have so many different things going on. Your Rav, your Mashpia, and you're making music. So to also write your own song, what has contributed to help you also spread this aspect of your avoda, which is writing your own song.
So you mean like writing my own song, like just fulfilling my purpose, or writing this specific song?
So yeah, I mean, in general, where do you get your inspiration? In general, it could be, as far as for sure, the aspect of being a Rav as well, but also what is it, and what is your inspiration, your personal inspiration in your life? Who is your inspiration? Could be that you have a certain style of music that you've been creating, that you have that you've been kind of bouncing off, or is it your own taste, and what has helped you contribute to what has given you that clarity to fulfill your purpose, to figure out what your purpose is and to pursue it.
Okay, so on a very practical level, I haven't published that many like personal songs. I have maybe 3. It's Unspoken, Dry Tears, a very, very intimate song about that. That really is one of my main, I guess I can use that as inspiration, but it's a known thing that pain can be one of the biggest drives, or just I think I heard someone said my therapist said, like, pain can be the biggest factor of your greatness. So my sister died when I was 12. She was 10, and it was machala yedua, and that definitely defined I guess yeah, my life really. I carried the pain, didn't process it for many years, and then once I got married, it started really like asking, hello, take care of me. You can't ignore it for too long. Once I had to start shlichut, let's call it career, I really had to face myself, like, who am I? What do I want to do with my life? And part of who I am was a very broken heart. So I started therapy, and one of the results of therapy was that song, Dry Tears. So that and I started writing music right after my sister died. So music was definitely a way to help myself navigate through my heart, my feelings. And so that's one of them. And the other songs that I wrote, which I'm extremely proud of, were inspired. I mean, there was organizations that they wanted. Actually, Proud Jew was actually my idea. I offered it to C-Team, and because I had this idea for many years. I love to take like kind of old classical Jewish songs, which might sound a little bit, klezmer, which is like a little more serious, or I would even say boring, and kind of like bring it from a minor chord to a major chord. So
Wow.
it completely changed the Proud Jew song, which is a classical Jewish. I added some words, but overall it's a very old, from the 70s, classical Jewish camp song, and I just made it fresh and kind of rejuvenated.
Wow, it's amazing. I could actually totally tell that it was your song. You mentioned that you offered it to C-Teen. When I saw the video, I listened to the song. I right away knew that it was all yours. It's so clear that you're spreading. You have the Jewish pride, the Jewish identity, and you're spreading that to the world. And when I finally met you at in Los Angeles, it was like the strong your sense of mission that you had to teach people how to express themselves in a very in a very special way, everyone in their own individual special way. It was so clear to me when I saw that song. I was like, this is your song.
Yeah, now Baruch Hashem, they definitely helped, you know, um, bring it to the next level. I mean, I performed it in this past February in Times Square. It was insane.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. That was when that's when you're like, exactly what your mission is, when you completely, like, I wasn't there. It was like kind of the Rebbe just singing. Like, I
Wow.
completely, yeah, it was an incredible experience. It was like Neila, like, in a way. Because like it was just my neshama. There was like, it was me and the neshamas. It was incredible. So
Wow.
one of the other songs that I wrote for the organizations, again, it was always taking something that, like a song about Israel. Like, I really had to confront myself and be like, why is Israel relevant? Like, is Israel, do I like Israel just because they have so much kosher food and, like, ice cream on a gas station? But like, or there's something that means to every single Jew that, that I came up with, like, home inside of me. It's like, Israel is home. And
Yeah.
that's why no matter where you are, people look at you, oh, Israel, because every Jew is a little Israel. So it's I guess there's a really a drive. Obviously it's from the Rebbe, this drive to to like tackle very common Jewish misconceptions or Jewish, like there's a very misconception, misunderstandings. For example, Israel, in that song, it's called Home Inside of Me. In the bridge, I kind of, again, I it's not controversial, but like I'm saying a point. I say, I say, it's a journey. I know it's a journey, but we gotta like finish our dream. I'm forgetting the words, but basically, a lot of Jewish people, they look at Judaism as something from the past, Holocaust, or the history, the Talmud. But really, Judaism is all about the future. Is all about getting to our dream, getting to Mashiach. So like that was one thing, one message, and obviously C Kids is the main audience is non-from people in Hebrew school, non-from kids. So they need to hear that Judaism is not just something, or Israel, Israel, 70 whatever 5 years. Yeah, but the point is it's all going towards the future. And then I say, when you're proud of when I'm proud of who I am, the world respects me too. Kind of bringing home the idea that be proud. Don't be afraid. So many Jewish responses to anti-Semitism is hide, no, don't show, no, be proud. When you're proud, people respect you. So like all these messages, I guess it's like a drive to correct or to spread awareness of what the truth is. I think there's a lot of misconceptions that need to be, and what better way to give that point than with a song. A song that's coming out soon is about Bereshis, like Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov. They're not just these old people, whatever, tradition, or our ancestors. Like, no, I am Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov. I have them inside of me. Like, I am able to access the Avram inside of me, to have Mesiras Nefesh. I can be Yitzchak, that I do that Kedah, I go all in for Hashem. I can be Yaakov, that I build a Jewish family, Torah, all these things. So I think definitely a huge inspiration has been the Rabbi in sharing Jewish truth, sharing what the Jewish message is for the world. And and I guess when I help people find their song and access their neshama, that's part of what my neshama is here to do. That's my mission.
Wow. Yeah, that's super empowering. I mean, to be able to know that we have our mission, and it's how important that each and every one of our missions are. Just to wrap it up, you're mentioning about the fact that it's all about the future, and we're at a time, we're at the beginning and the start of the year, and B'ezrat Hashem, we're going to Chag HaSukkot, time of simcha, time of joy. What chizuk would you give everybody, before starting this year and thinking about the future, thinking about this future year, to develop their song, to be able to become the greatest they could possibly be, and tap into those kochot that you mentioned, right? That each and every one of us has, not only our own kochot, but the inherent kochot from the avot, that's in every single one of us.
Yeah. So I think I'll tell you like a short story to drive the message home. Mendel Futterfass, he was a very, very known chassid in Russia. He was in Siberia for many, many years. And one day he was in prison with all these communist prisoners of war, which were all very intelligent, educated people. And they asked him one day, like, how do you keep going? How, he's a small guy, and all these big, Russian people, they were just dying like ants. And they asked him, like, what keeps you going? How are you able to go through this? He said, well, why are you so broken? Because you were a lawyer, you were a doctor, you were a teacher, and now you have nothing. You're here rotting in a gulag, in Siberia. He said, my mission is to serve Hashem, and I can do that right here, like anywhere, even right here. So I think we need to start changing the narrative, or that our identity. And this is something I struggle with too. Like, I imagine the neshama, like Ne'ilah, Yom Kippur, like, it's nice, it's deep, but like it not as exciting. But like my body, my nefesh abamis, my animal soul, that's the party animal, have fun, enjoy life, make money, be successful. But the truth is that the neshama is the secret to every good thing in the world. Success, confidence, happiness, just being comfortable with yourself because you know what you're here for to do, your strength, your weaknesses. That all comes from the soul, comes from your neshama. And like the I guess one of the proofs I can give you is, we think happiness, it's a huge, they sell so much because people are still looking for them, for happiness. We think, the more I accomplish, the more I achieve, then the happier I'll be. Well, we know money doesn't buy happiness, but maybe we think if I achieve good things, if I give, maybe I'll be happy. The problem is anything that has to do with like the body or the animal soul, it will never be enough. No matter how spiritually gratifying it is, it will never be enough. You will always want more. So what's the secret to be happy? First of all, you have to know you're already happy because you have an neshama. How do you access that happiness? Happiness is not one with your mission. So you can be writing down transactions the whole day. You can be, having a boring day at work. You can be putting your kids to sleep. You can be trying to deal with your kid's tantrum in a supermarket. You can be dealing with anything, but just think for the moment, what is my mission right now? To be there for my kid? Then this is my Ne'ilah right now. This is it. This is every Hashem and me, my neshama right now. This is my mission. You access that happiness. Happiness is not just that, woo, yeah, sometimes you can feel it more, sometimes you can feel it less. Obviously, when I was, performing in a seating in Times Square, it was much more conducive to feel my neshama, obviously. And Ne'ilah is much more conducive. But your soul is your mission, and that is the source to everything. Your success, your confidence, you being comfortable with yourself. So start changing the way. Again, the world says the opposite. The world says, no, the soul, religion, all that stuff, that's old stuff. No, we have to change the narrative. Like Yiddishkeit is not something from the past. So many people are stuck in the anti-Semitism, victim. No. Yiddishkeit and the neshama is confidence, is success, is happiness, is just passion, is just the best life you can ever imagine.
Wow.
So that's how we go into the year.
I love it. Wow. Wow. Rodal, unbelievable. That was amazing, Chizuk. And I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for this beautiful, beautiful conversation. Thank you for making the time. Thank you so much for everything. May you continue to be matzliach and being mashpia to Ganze Klal Yisrael, all of Klal Yisrael, to spread this beautiful message that the neshama is. All right, we tap into the neshama and the kochos that we have. Right, we're able to perform our mission, our personal song, to spread our beautiful song to the world. You mean matzliach and everything you do. May Hashem bless you with the Shana Tova, Metuka, and everything. All the bracha, beruchniyat, begashmi, as kol mishal yibecha letova. This was an amazing conversation, and I really believe that this is going to be a big chizuk for everyone. B'ezrat Hashem. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for this. And the ultimate place for the soul is Moshiach. Nothing to be scared of. It's going to be the best.
Ken Yetzon. B'ezrat Hashem. Amen. Bekar of Mamish.
Amen. Gmar Chatima Tova.
Gmar Chatima Tova. Shna Tova Metuka. Thank you so much. We'll be
My pleasure. Thank you.